Another week, another Pete Hegseth scandal. Who'd have guessed given the whiskey leaker's history, right? Welcome to Occupied Democrats. I'm David Reddish. The Signalgate scandal has dominated headlines for a week now and shows no signs of going away anytime soon. In case you've been in a coma for a week, and in this day and political climate, I envy you if so, the scandal broke when someone in the Trump administration accidentally added journalist Jeffrey Goldberg to a chat group on the app Signal. In the chat, which also contained Hegseth, J.D. Vance, Tulsi Gabbard, and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Hegseth shared minute-by-minute attack plans for airstrikes on Houthi rebels in Yemen. Following the actual attack, Goldberg went public. Hegseth initially claimed that Goldberg was perpetuating a hoax until Goldberg released the entire text thread to the public. The White House subsequently claimed that, yes, Goldberg was in a real chat. Hegseth then claimed that Goldberg hacked into the chat, which actually raised other questions like, why was Hegseth sharing top-secret battle plans on an unsecured app prohibited by national security policy? Or if Signal is secure, how could Goldberg hack in? And given that J.D. Vance had already had his phone hacked by the Chinese, why did anybody think this was a good idea? For more information on the scandal, check out our other videos here on the channel. Then, when it seemed Signalgate couldn't get any worse, this happened.
Arriving in Japan for a World War II memorial service today, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth had no comment about the latest controversy he's facing.
Mr. Secretary, does your wife attend meetings with sensitive info? Mr. Secretary, does your wife have a security clearance?
Hegseth had already been facing scrutiny over the messages he sent in the Signal group chat about the U.S. strike on Houthi rebels that inadvertently included journalist Jeffrey Goldberg. Now questions for the Pentagon leader are growing over a report in the Wall Street Journal that Hegseth brought his wife to 2 meetings with foreign military counterparts where sensitive information was discussed, according to multiple people who were present or had knowledge of the discussions. Back in early March, cameras captured Jennifer Hegseth entering the room of a bilateral meeting with the United Kingdom's Secretary of Defense. The Pentagon released a photo showing her seated in the room. That meeting coming just a day after the United States said it was ending intelligence sharing with Ukraine.
As if that was not bad enough, it also came to light that Hegseth hired his own brother, Phil Hegseth, for a high-level job with the Department of Defense. Phil Hegseth has no military experience and is best known as a podcast producer. So much for Hegseth's being a champion of meritocracy. This is a man, after all, who fired high-level black and female defense officials, calling them diversity hires and saying they indicated lower standards for leadership. Hypocrisy or irony? You decide. Calls for Hegseth to resign have mounted on both sides of the aisle. They're also coming from the public. Check out this town hall meeting in Indiana on Friday night.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm from Carmel, and I just wanted to see what your plan is to address the issue with the administration talking about classified military operations on Signal. And will you demand the immediate resignation of Pete Hegseth?
Donald Trump, for his part, continues to defend Hegseth, saying he's doing a great job. Someone make that man take a cognitive test, for goodness sakes. Anyway, with the chaos of Signalgate ongoing, another bomb just hit Hegseth. Politico now reports that for all Trump's defense of Hegseth, behind the scenes, things are not going well. Multiple officials in the White House and Pentagon have privately called for Hegseth and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz to resign. The report further states that Waltz will almost certainly do so in the coming days, which might spare Hegseth's job. CNN also reports that senior Pentagon officials are furious at Hegseth's conduct, recalling concerns over his drinking, philandering, and allegations of domestic abuse that surfaced during his confirmation hearings. One official even said that the most junior Pentagon employees would know not to share war plans on Signal. Hegseth isn't a career military commander. He's a former weekend TV host more concerned with appearances rather than efficacy. In other words, Hegseth is now hated by his own staff, and MSNBC reports that Trump's chief of staff Susie Wiles is obsessed with preventing any Department of Defense or Pentagon staff member from speaking to the press about HEGSETH's conduct. Priorities, right? Wiles, who is Trump's 2024 campaign manager, holds massive sway with Trump. If these leaks keep coming, can she plug them all? Or will she just tell Trump it's time to order a new defense secretary altogether? Remember, Donald Trump went through 5 defense secretaries in his first term alone. Tick-tock, Drinky Pete. Maybe it's time to get on the phone to Fox about finding a new gig. And failing that, there's always rehab. Your kids will be happy. This is Occupy Democrats.